Zoe's return to Walford has been rough to say the least. She's barely been back 5 minutes, and she's already been shot, stressed out, and desperate to track down the son she gave up back in 2006. She's so determined to find him that she's been doing some pretty dodgy things to scrape the money together for a private investigator. But lately, things at the Vic have taken a dark turn. There's this creepy feeling that someone's watching her, a photo of her, and Kat got smashed and smeared with blood. That old Slater video from '88 randomly played at the party, and it honestly seems like someone's sneaking around the pub when everyone's asleep. And then on Halloween night, it all kicked off. Zoe ended up locked in the barrel store, and when she finally got out, she had blood on her hands. That was the moment Kat and Alfie finally said, "Right, that's it. We're calling the police." So the big question is someone actually stalking Zoe? And if they are, who's got it in for her? Let's get into the theories. 1. Vicky's still got a massive grudge against Zoe after everything that happened with Den all those years ago. So the two of them have basically been at each other's throats ever since Zoe came back to Walford. We've already had a couple of classic square punch ups to prove it. But things have really kicked off now that Vicky's found out Zoe lied about her son's dad. Sharon was told he was Dennis's child. And finding out that's not true has absolutely crushed her. She's taken herself back to the States to deal with it. Completely heartbroken, and Vicky is fuming. After everything she's been through lately, she's not letting anyone hurt her family again. So now it looks like Vicky wants revenge. Zoe's already pointed the finger at her for the weird stuff happening at the Vic, the smashed photo, the creepy old Slater tape being played, all of it. But is Vicky really behind it? Or is there someone else stirring the pot? 2. Jean was trying to give Zoe a chance when she first came back, but after that kiss with Max, she's convinced Zoe is the reason Stacy's packed up and moved to Brazil. So she threw Zoe out. And even though Alfie's been trying to calm things down this week, Jen's having none of it. What's worrying is how she's been talking about Zoe lately. She keeps saying things like Zoe's going to mess with the wrong person and get what's coming to her. And in today's episode, she took it even further while talking to Lily, calling Zoe manipulative and saying that karma always finds its way around. It's starting to feel like Jean might be thinking about delivering that karma herself, which is a bit scary, if I'm honest. 3. Tommy, it's actually been really nice watching Zoe and Tommy get closer lately. She's been looking out for him, and he seems to talk to her more than he does to Kat and Alfie. But in today's episode, when Kat opened up to Tommy about what she went through in her past, he couldn't understand why Zoe's always so angry with her. Kat tried to tell him to go easy on Zoe, but Tommy was having none of it. He got proper protective and said, "If anyone hurts you again, I'll..." before Kat had to stop him. And we know Tommy's got it in him to lose his temper, and he's right there in the Vic, so he wouldn't exactly need to break in if things were going on. So, is Tommy actually warning Zoe? Or could he be the one behind some of this creepy stuff? 4. Bert and Ernie. At first, Kat and Alfie thought Zoe was just being dramatic and that it was Bert and Ernie messing about. You know what they're like. But it's pretty clear now that whatever's going on at the Vic is a lot darker than a couple of kids playing pranks. So it's unlikely the twins are behind it. But the weird part came when they got back from treating with Tommy. The twins were about to spill something to Zoe and said, "Tommy saw," before Tommy shut them up straight away. Proper tense moment. So now the question is, what did Tommy see? And are one of the Moon Boys wrapped up in this more than they're letting on? 5. Anthony only came back to Walford for his dad's wedding. But he's ended up sticking around, and a lot of us are starting to wonder if there's more to it. There's been that theory floating about that he might be the father of Zoe's twins, including the son she's trying to track down. Zoe's told him he's not the dad, But let's be honest, Zoe's not exactly the most reliable narrator right now. What's interesting is how worried Anthony suddenly is about her. He's been telling Kat that Zoe's behavior looks like she's having some kind of breakdown. And, yeah, that could be true. Or it could be something a bit more twisted. Because if Anthony is involved in what's happening at the Vic, then painting Zoe as unstable would be the perfect cover, wouldn't it? So the real question is he trying to help her, or is he the one messing with her head in the first place? 6. Jasmine. There's not much that actually links Jasmine to Zoe right now, but a lot of fans are convinced there's more to her than meets the eye. Some even think Jasmine could be Zoe's other twin. The one we were told didn't survive. Lately though, Jasmine's been circling Cindy, and now she's somehow managed to get herself living in Peter and Lauren's place, in Cindy's old room of all places. Very cozy, very convenient. But the strangest moment was when she got hit by Nigel's car. She genuinely thought she was on the way out, and she blurted out, "She's ruined everything. She needs to pay." And then in hospital, she gets a fruit basket with a note saying, "Need you back on top form." So it definitely feels like she's working with someone, or for someone. It's a wild theory at this point. But could Jasmine be the one coming after Zoe? 7. Someone else. These are the main suspects for now, but let's be real, it's EastEnders. Anything could flip at any moment. It doesn't really make sense for Kat or Alfie to be behind all this, especially when it's scaring customers away and dragging down the Vic. But Zoe has pointed the finger at both of them, so we can't completely dismiss it. And then there's the other possibility. What if no one is stalking Zoe at all? Next week, things get even weirder when all the Slater family photos are vandalized. And Zoe later admits she did it. So now we've got to ask, is she doing all of this herself? It's looking like this mystery isn't ending anytime soon. Halloween was just the start.